It's a really tense wait for the start of the first stage of the 2019 KNC Groundworks Scottish Rally Championship. It's car 1 Jock Armstrong, former Scottish champion, on the line. He's going to be the first of the four-wheel drive competitors to discover what the conditions are like in here. Reports back from the end of the stage suggest that the surface isn't too bad. It's patchy slush, no really any reports of much in the way of ice, but the grip is there in the gravel, but it's finding the gravel from the slush. Makes it really difficult, very unpredictable and difficult to read for the drivers. They're going to be searching constantly with their eyes, looking for the grip, and that's something that Jock is particularly good at. I think myself, it's years of doing the Galway Hills Rally, when there's been snow and ice, when the rally used to run in December. Jock is very, very good at finding the grip. You'll notice he searches for the lines, he'll be running down the edge of the road. We've now got 15 seconds. Here we go, the championship is about to get underway for 2019. Jock was so eager to get going, it almost looked like he jumped the start there, so very quick in his reactions, must be all that mountain biking. Next car on the stage, it is car 3. Car 2 is just behind us. He's chosen to run a little bit later on the road. So car 3, Gary Pearson with Dale Bowen in the notes. Gary back to the Scottish Championship for this year. Still, after last year's championship attempt ended at the Speyside stages. Unbelievable amount of grip and traction from these modern four-wheel drive rally cars. You see, as soon as the lights turn green, it bites down into the road, the four wheels grip, and you're away, and it really does shoot you forward at a great rate of knots. Next car's car 4, Steve Petch and Michael Wilkinson. Steve, a BTRDA Championship regular. He's out on one of his local events for some mileage. Did the Malcolm Wilson rally last weekend, which didn't end very well. He was off very early in stage 2 in very similar conditions to this. So I'm sure the last thing he wanted to see this morning when he opened his curtains was snow.
Next up on the line, Ewan Thorburn, Paul Beaton, 2-time Scottish champions, back out again this year after a couple of years layoff. Ewan's had this car since the start of the year. He's done 2 rallies, he's won them both. First 2 rounds of the BTRDA. He's coming into this really on form, really well used to the car. He could have a good chance today because he's used to the car, but it's an event that Ewan has never won. His dad has won it, but Ewan's never won it, but I'm sure today he'll be going all out for it.
Yeah, he's got to start his favourite, Robert. Really in good form. He seems to have fitted into this car very, very well. Did no rallying at all for 2 years, jumped into this and won his first event back. Phenomenal. He is really a great talent. Be very interesting. It's worth watching when Donny comes off the line here. Just watch the difference in the way the more modern cars work. I mean, Ewan's car, 2005 World Rally car. The Fiesta R5 is more than 10 years more development, and you can really see it in the traction off the line. Donny's car's 1600cc, Ewan's car's 2 litre. So there's a big difference in power. But what the modern cars lack in power, they make up for in the chassis. And one of the reasons is the grip they get off the line. You can watch the four wheels bite and spin, whereas the the earlier Focus did look to be predominantly rear-wheel drive coming off the line. Next car in the line's Peter Taylor and Andrew Roughhead. Peter, very local to the area, border caravans on the side of the car there, where a lot of competitors and organisers stay on this event. Peter's registered for the Scottish Championship this year, which is good to see, and he really will be a threat. He's using a 2011 Fiesta World Rally car. It's kind of halfway house between the R5 and Ewan's Focus, so it's got a bit more modern chassis, but it's still got the 2 litre engine. So that could prove to be a really good combination today.
Peter being English would be quite unusual for an Englishman to win the Scottish Championship. We've only had 2 as far as we can work out last night. Barry Johnston and way back Mike Hibbert.
Next up's Mark McCulloch and Michael Henry. Marcus has a really fraught last 24 hours. Did the pre-event test yesterday to get some mileage, and on his last run of the day someone broke in the steering and pitched him off the road, and the car ended up in the ditch on its roof. To look at it today, you've got to look really hard to see where the dents and the dings are. The guys have done a phenomenal job on that car. They have literally worked all through the night, and the guys have arrived here with no sleep, so I'm sure Mark will be keen just to get some miles under his belt, and we've all got our fingers crossed for him. It's not the ideal preparation to come into a season, but Mark's a fantastic driver, and I'm sure he'll put it behind him, and he'll get some miles under his belt through the day.
So coming up next we have Bruce McCombie and Michael Coates. Those of you that follow the Scottish Championship over recent years will know that Bruce and Michael have been in Kermit, the Evo 9, lurid green Evo 9 for many years. At the end of last year he decided to rob the piggy bank and go and buy this Ford Focus World Rally car. Older than Ewan's, but in the hands of Ewan and David Bogie in the past, this car has won the championship. Been out last weekend in the Malcolm Wilson, had to stop. There was a wee problem with the engine. They hope they've got that fixed this week. Be interested to see how he goes today.
So next up, Fred Milne with Dr. Stephen Brown in the notes. New pair in this, put together for the Malcolm Wilson Rally last weekend. Freddie's been keen to get as many miles as he can. He's come back to the Evo 9 after doing a couple of years in World Rally cars. So it's a step back in technology, but at least he's going to have reliability, hopefully. The one advantage the slightly newer Evo and less stressed Evo will have over a World Rally car. Freddie, reasonably new to the sport, but hard charging driver, getting quicker and quicker, and he's a guy to watch out for today.
So we've seen a couple of Fiesta R5s, and here's an unusual one for us. We've got our own Hyundai i20 R5, John Wink and John Forrest. New to the sport, a few years back came in with an Evo. Last year they had brought the Hyundai out, started to get quicker and quicker as the year went on, got onto the podium in the Galloway Hills at the end of the year. Done a bit of work to the car over the winter, a bit of a new paint scheme, looks pretty good. John, the two Johns could be a dark horse.
Yeah, another one of these latest generation R5 cars. So again, watch the traction, the suspension travel, you can see fantastic bits of kit.